And of course, you know, here in California, we do have a Turkish immigrant community. And I even became acquainted with a lady who works at one of the local retail stores here. Her name is Ashil. Very pleasant woman. And she thought that maybe it might be nice if I would give some of my thoughts on what I might like about a possible visit to Turkey. So what did I do? I went on the internet. And what I found out, well, it maybe surprised me a little. I realized that Turkey is predominantly an Islamic country, but it has become extremely westernized. As a matter of fact, at the beginning of the 20th century, under Ataturk, an attempt was made to thoroughly westernize the country, and that is why today the Turkish language is written in the Latin alphabet rather than in Arabic script. So I go on the internet, and being a member of San Diego's gay community, I was wondering what would be of interest to me. And I found out that in Turkey there are gay clubs that one can go to, there are gay organizations that one can possibly look into, and that unlike other countries in the Middle East, it is the fact that it is a secular society makes it a little bit more gay friendly. So I'm thinking, if the price is right and I can manage the time, who knows, maybe going to Turkey and meeting some of those interesting tall, dark-haired gentlemen might be interesting. And I'm willing to try anything once, twice if I like it. So for now, I'll think about it, but who knows? Maybe instead of just thinking, eventually there might be some action on my part, meaning a passport, a visa, and Turkey, ready or not, here I come.
Let's see, when it comes to Turkey, there's not too much advertisement for Turkey. You never see commercials about it. They don't teach you about it in school. It's just more or less pointed out to you on the map, whereas other countries, you know, they take a little more in-depth detail to teach you about it. I'm here in San Diego. I don't know anything about any Turkish restaurants. I don't know any Turkish people. There's not too much about it. You don't see commercials about it on TV. You know, there's nothing major going on over there, like, so they don't talk about it on the news or anything like that. So I can't say too much about it. I don't know what it's like. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what the housing is like. If it's modern over here, you don't know those type of things. You don't know if it's if there's wars going on over there. If people are running the streets. I mean, you just don't hear about it, so you don't know. Here in San Diego, I mean, it's not somewhere we talk about going. We talk about going to Hawaii and the Greek Islands, the Bahamas, places like that. But not Turkey.
In reality, I don't know much about Turkey. Of course, I heard at school, you know, about it, and in different occasions, newspaper or TV. But I think very few. Like, for instance, one time that I went to a frame store, and I have a beautiful image, and then I wanted something very special, and this man came and he told me what kind of frame and the finest thing that I should use. And then later I found out that he was Turkish, and he knew very much, even though he was not Catholic, he knew the meaning of that image that I had. So that's what I know. The other one is, I know a very famous singer in Mexico, Tarkan, that he was famous and very much loved with a Kiss song. I remember seeing him on TV, and it was great. You know, he was Turk. Then I have met some very nice people here in San Diego and in La Jolla selling these beautiful scarves. So I have seen those beautiful clothes that you have, materials that you bring from over there. And in reality, that's all.
I love the Turkey person. Turkey is a very nice country. I love the Turkey. The Turkish power for around the world, for the support America, for the American power. I love Turkey.
You want to know what I know about Turkey? Well, if I could remember what I've read in the National Geographic, I could tell you what I know about National Geographic. Of course, I remember the pop movie, Midnight Express, I think it was. Ooh, not a good place to get in trouble if you're smuggling narcotics. Because the real story, I saw, is it's not a movie you want to watch twice. Of course, he was guilty. And in contemporary Turkey, well, as far as Iraq's concerned, Turkey is more scared of the people next door to them than they were Saddam Hussein, they said, kind of, because, the Kurds next to them and, the power things over there. Actually, they were more concerned about next door than they were about the other stuff so much. So politically, I just know that they kind of like, they weren't a big fan of that, but at the same time, they're more concerned about the next door problem. And, never been there. Let me see. I've known people from Turkey, but I don't remember what they told me now. So therefore, I just know politically it's kind of in between dealies that are, that one is, contemporary. And then of course, I'm not sure who else they're aligned with.
What I would really like to say about Istanbul and about Turkey is that all of the people that I have met, the women and the men, have a very special quality about them. The men have a certain very continental, somewhat mysterious kind of general ambiance and flavor. And I think it would be nice to meet a very handsome, very mature gentleman from Istanbul who could take you all around the city and show you all of the magical places that are so very different from life here in the United States. Of course, I realize that Istanbul not only has the old town and the old way, but it's very new and very modernized. But it is the old, typical part of Istanbul that I would really like to visit. It would be nice to go through the marketplaces and to see all of the people who work in the shops and all of the young children. Education is so close to my heart that I know I would very much enjoy meeting the young children and to visit their schools and to look at all of the beautiful, typical things that are made in the country, from the beautiful jewelry to the beautiful cloth. And I'm sure that the streets have such a very different feel from the streets here in the United States, at least in the old typical part of Istanbul. I would like to travel all over Turkey. I think it would be wonderful to get on a bus, just a local bus traveling from town to town, to meet all of the people on the bus and to see the sights as you drive along. And probably all of the beautiful trees and the date palms, and I'm sure they must have olive trees as well in Istanbul and over Turkey. That's why I would particularly like to go, to learn more, to develop my mind, and to bring back beautiful memories of a wonderful country with a wonderful people. And thank you so much for asking me about my ideas and feelings.
I've read a lot about Turkey. I know biblically what talks about Turkey in Ezekiel 37, 38, 39, when it talks about Togarmah, Gog and Magog bringing together the forces to come into Israel. I've read and seen a lot of stuff on Turkey trying to get into the EU and the problems that they're having there, and it looks like the problem that they won't let them in, that it probably will turn over to be another Muslim country, and it would be a shame. I know about the fights with Cyprus. I would love to see the country. I'd love to see the history of the country, even with all the problems. It looks like they're an intelligent, nice people, and it seems like they try hard, and I think they're getting kind of a bad break from the EU, but we'll just see how things work out, and if they do turn over to Islam, then that would be a shame, but I hope to see freedom and democracy and understanding, and I think into the European Union would be real advantageous to the whole thing, would help them to grow And I just hope they make it. But as the Bible has never been wrong, I don't know, as it says, Togarmah will come against Israel, so we'll see how it all works out.
Well, I've heard of Turkey because I'm 76 years old, and I studied about it in high school. And now I know it's called Iran. And there was a song during World War II that went like this. Istanbul was Constantinople, da, da, da, da, da, da. So now I know that Turkey has become Iran.
I think the Imam should say things to condemn the ones that are doing all the bombing around the world, that are Muslim. They should be chastising those people for what they're doing, and let the rest of the world, like America, realize that they're trying to help us by so doing. Because we're not bad. We're after Muslims in a different way. We're after the bad guys. Good when Turkey becomes part of Europe and part of the big deal, and they should probably be in Europe. And I hope that it doesn't turn back into an Islamic state, because I don't believe any country should be governed by religion. If you look at the history of the world, the countries that are controlled by religion are the ones that have the most trouble. And they also have the most poverty too.
Go. Marhaba. So what I know about Turkey, not much. I know people about Turkey, a few people. I think there's a lot of culture in there. I see on TV Istanbul, big market, and I think a lot of flavors. I'm from Italy. I'm a cook, so I would like maybe one day to experience all the spice and the Turkish flavor. I know a little bit of couscous, a little bit how they cook the meat, some kind, but not much about I'm sure there's a lot of different cuisine in there. Ivy Shield, she works here, and she's been telling me there's a beautiful beaches that I would like maybe one day to visit. But what I know, reputation, sometimes Turks are very rough, the men, very predominant. Maybe, I don't know, a lot of women, I think they're very beautiful. I've seen them everywhere, they're nice. Yeah, maybe one day to try, I would like to visit. I think there's a lot of tradition. And that's it, I guess.
Reminds me of the excellent Turkish coffee I used to drink in Brooklyn, New York. Thick, rich coffee.
Turkey remind me of my mother in South America. I come from Chile. My mom used to make good marmalade of apricots. So for me, apricots, I grew up with them and I like them. And probably in America it's difficult to find good fresh apricots because it's all industrialized, big agro business. See, but in Turkey they keep the things old-fashioned like in Chile. We're more close to earth. Chileans and Turks, we have something in common. We love Mother Earth. We're more close to earth. Peace for all Turkey, and always remember the solution is to find through peace. We don't need more wars. And the culture of Turkey is very unique, and I love you people, because you didn't allow the American troop to go through Turkey to attack Iraq. I'm a man of peace. I don't believe in wars. When the Turks don't allow the United States to go through, they show that they are people that want peace. They don't want to facilitate the war machine. We don't need more war on this planet. We need to be at peace. Doesn't matter you're Turkish, Russian, Chilean, originally come from South America, and I believe in peace. Turkey is a great country, and this girl is a very great girl. You see, if all Turks are like this girl, it's a wonderful country I want to visit. Bye-bye.
So, with this idea about Turkey, it's got so many people that go all over the world. they travel, they have great time with all the people, but I notice that I don't see any restaurants. I think that's a good point. I don't see any restaurants. You guys work hard. You guys have such a beautiful disposition. Disposition is how you are. You know, just like people from Brazil, they have a great disposition. Turkey, same thing. And I don't see restaurants. I don't see bakeries. You know, Turkey bakery. But you guys are really hardworking. Keep up the good work. You guys work hard. You guys do your traveling, and you guys like to, you know, be with everyone else and feel good. If there's anything else for me to say about Turkey people, you have this beautiful spirit. You guys have to be democratic. You guys have to be Islamic, right? Yeah, and so you have a I don't know any other countries where you have to put balance in your life, have understanding and balance in your life. I'm actually from Hawaii. I don't see too many people from Turkey in Hawaii. So when you come to Hawaii, you say to everyone who come to Hawaii, aloha.
My name's John. I'm from California. And I have a friend who is working in Turkey. So I took my family, 3 children, and my wife to Turkey for a 2-week vacation. We were pleasantly surprised with our vacation because the Muslim country, and we hear bad things about the Muslim country, we had no problems and met an awful lot of friendly people that welcomed us to their country and to their shops and to their homes. We had a very nice trip. The country reminded me a lot of Mexico, which is just south of here. I've done extensive traveling in Mexico and have seen a lot of the countryside, and it reminded me a lot of the Turkish countryside, as well as the people of Turkey and the people of Mexico seem to look similar. Excuse me. On our trip, we basically took a circle route around the western part of Turkey. The eastern part, from all the pictures and the television we saw, reminded me a lot of high desert in California. Not a lot there. Not a lot of big trees. Well, that's why we stayed over in the area, Istanbul, down to Cappadocia and Ephes, and then the underground city and the ruins, and then back up to Ankara, and then where my friend has his apartment and where he works, and then back over to Istanbul. We had a great trip. I don't know if a friend of mine asked me if I would go back to Turkey on another vacation, and I said I don't know, because there are so many places in the world that I haven't seen that I would like to see, and it costs a lot of money and a lot of time. Before going over to Turkey, we were a little bit worried about a Muslim country, and also about a relatively poor country. And also, from my views on seeing pictures, we thought it was almost all desert. Very dry, very low plains. And when we get over there, they have mountains, they have snow. And somebody said it snows 5 months out of the year in Ankara. And, you know, just all types of terrain. Big trees up near Mary and St. John the Baptist. So we were very pleasantly surprised with the terrain and the sightseeing. So that was very nice that way. That was our biggest surprise. One of the biggest disappointments about the trip is that my friend over there in Turkey uses the expression "all turked up" when something doesn't work very well. He says it's all turked up. Some kind of special engineering that they did, that they didn't spend enough time developing or enough money developing, and then built it anyways. So, and he would point these little things out around the country that said that's turked up a little bit. So it was, but in that way, it also reminded me a lot of Mexico. But we had a great trip, and hope to continue traveling like that in countries around there also. The 2 things I did learn in Turkey. Çok güzel, which means very nice, And the other one is what to order when you go to McDonald's, and it's McTurko. And I'd never heard of that, but it's a little sandwich they make, pita bread with some Turkish meat inside. So that was very fun. I can't remember a lot of Turkish words right now. No, that's it. Çok güzel.
Okay. I've learned a lot about Turkey from history. I enjoy history, so I have learned about Turkey through both school and in videos on TV, news. I know that Turkey has a culture that goes back to biblical times. I know that Jesus' disciples traveled Turkey, preached in Turkey. I know that they have been active as a trade route, and because of the location, they've been very active historically. Both because they are both in the Middle East and in the West. They border on Europe as well as the East. They were strong allies of the United States during the Korean War. Their troops fought very well for the United Nations. On the other hand, I know that we fought them in World War I. They were part of the Ottoman Empire, and we fought them in the Middle East with the Arabs. And since World War II, we have been very close with Turkey and good friends with Turkey politically. They've helped us out a great deal in the Cold War against Russia. I know they're torn today between wanting to be in the European common market, at the same time keep their ties to Islam. Their government has been very adept at maintaining a non-religious government, despite the strong views of some of their people that would like to see it go to a more Muslim government. And I think that their government has, they have a good government. They're looking out for their people. They didn't join us in Iraq for their own very good reasons, and I think they were wise in not joining us in Iraq. They're taking their casualties even though they didn't join us in Iraq. And I think, I hope they get into the European common market, because it would open doors for them for investment and expand their economy and help the standard of living with their people. And that's about all I know about Turkey.
I think Turkish people, they should start at least with a nice restaurant that they bring people in and to talk about Turkey, to explain about the beautiful state you got, and to keep Atatürk way, not too much religion, to study and live the life like everybody else, and that's it. And I have somebody gonna do it in San Diego here. One of the smart Turkish guy gonna open some place that we can come and see and talk about everything. And we'll wait. One of you guys is gonna start it, and I hope it's gonna be soon. That's everybody gonna know more about Turkey, because most of average American, they don't know about other states too much. So let's start it. And say hi to all the Turkish people in the world. Good people.
Alo, nasılsın? İyi, sağ ol, nasılsın? Neredesin? Efendim? Tamam oldu. Hadi bye bye. Hi, my name is Maria and I'm Mexican. What I think about Turkey, I've never been in Turkey, but I think it's a beautiful country. I think it's full of history and culture. I had the opportunity to live with a lot of Turkish people, and I think Turkish girls, sometimes they are very traditional and they need to be a little more feminist. They live for the man and sometimes they don't think about themselves. On the other hand, I think guys are very macho men. They like to be in control of the woman, but they are very kind. And Turkey, it's a beautiful country. It's in the Mediterranean. It has a lot of history and it's a nice place to visit.
All right, I grew up here in America, in Wisconsin, and live in California. What I know about Turkey is it's one of the oldest civilizations, and just that it's really, really old. And a lot of things started there. It's the beginning of like 13 different cultures or something like that. I can't remember exactly what I read. It's the beginning place of a lot of things. That's what I know. A lot of things started there in Turkey. Very old, just old, about as far back as you can go is Turkey. That's what I know about it.
I live here in America. I'm from Syria originally, and I love Ibrahim Tatlises. I love him. He's my favorite singer, and I went to his concert and I had the best time. Very fun.
Well, I have no clue. I don't think that they really taught us a lot about other nations and countries in school that much. They taught us a lot about American history and stuff like that, and Mexico. But I don't really know if there's beaches or mountains or what's the climate's like. You know, does it snow there? What do you eat? What is the shopping like? Is there good tourism? Is there places to stay? Are the people nice? Do they like tourists? Could you go there for a vacation and it be, you know, a pleasant time? What kind of animals are there? I don't know anything about Turkey, and it would be interesting to know.
I'm from San Diego, and what I know about Turkey is not much. I know I've tried Turkish coffee, which is prepared differently than like Starbucks coffee. My friend told me you roast it, and then you cook it with the grinds, and you drink it with it. You let it settle at the bottom, but I don't know. And I've heard of Turkish baths, but I don't know what these are. And I don't know what else. I just know that it's an important cultural crossroads for many millions of years, thousands of years. It's a fairly progressive nation with regards to the rest of the Middle East. I don't know. There's a lot of beautiful architecture and good food from what I hear, but I don't know. I don't eat the food, so I don't know.
Turkey. So this is what I've heard about it. There's a lot of tourist towns, but you know what? Honestly, I've never heard of anything in school books, or I've never even met anybody from Turkey except for my waitress, which was awesome, and she was really educated. So I'm guessing that the culture in there is either dedicated or diverse. You either are dedicated to your husband or you're very independent. I never met any Turkish guys, but I'm sure that they're pretty hot.
Look at the earliest humans in the world. We talk about humans coming from Africa and moving up through Egypt. So we have lots of books in the library on Mesopotamia, ancient Rome, Greece, but you don't see too much here at all. As a matter of fact, I have absolutely nothing that talks about classical Turkey, history of Turkey, history of our culture as it relates to Turkey. Very interesting. And it centers on European history and as it pertains to Rome. And you know, I've got probably every one of these racks deals with ancient Greece, Mesopotamia, life in ancient Greece, empires of Mesopotamia. And you know, in the world wars we start to talk a little bit about Turkey, but not a whole lot. People don't come in and say, I'm doing a report on Turkey. What do you have? They're mainly looking at the tried and true, and that here it's in European history, it's going to be the Egyptians, the Romans, the Germans, the Israelis. Now there's a lot of talk about the Middle East, but seldom does someone come in and say, you know, I've got to have your book on Turkey. And if you were hard-pressed to ask anyone, they wouldn't know anything about Turkey unless they were in the military and they happened to be stationed in Turkey, or they visited, passed through, and I've heard that people that go to Turkey really enjoy it. My brother did, as a matter of fact. That was one of his favorite places to be when he was overseas. But I still haven't heard or seen anything in the library that pertains to Turkey. We might find something in the travel section. Let's take a look. Our movie section to see if we were holding any of the documentaries, any Turkish documentaries, and I did not see any in this particular branch. I would think we'd have to look at art and music downtown, the main library downtown, in order to find something, and then even then I'm sure it would be obscure. It's not something that we get asked a lot about. Even as I'm looking up here, you can see at my sections of countries, not a whole lot. In this part of the United States, we get a big calling for Mexico, Central America, and then when they say Europe, they usually are talking about London, Great Britain, Italy, and inclusive of France. Not a whole lot in Germany, but we do have quite a section. Ireland, we have a lot of people talking about Ireland. France, of course, large section of France, Venice, Rome, Spain, Portugal. Russia now, of course, has become a big destination. The Greek islands have always been big. There's quite a few books here on the Greek islands. And then, right next to Romania, there's a small section right here, and I've got 2 books on Istanbul. 2. So we're looking at this whole world in front of us, all these shelves of the world, and I can come down and pull out 2 books. Lonely Planet and Eyewitness Travel Guides. Yeah, I think you're really right to even be discussing Turkey here in the library. If we had any place for information, this would be where the people would come. But you know that there's not a perception of Turkey being a destination at this time. I don't hear it at all. I mean, people even talk about Cuba, and I don't really think it's legal to go to Cuba. There's 5 in the system, and it looks like they range from 1981 up. Here's a description. Here's Turkey history 1960. Here's Turkey's history, Cyprus crisis at 74. Politics and government, 1. Yes. Interesting. There's more on the extinct city of Sagalassos, Troy. Amazing. Let's take a look at some of these. These are videos there. Greece and Turkey together, Volume 6, 2001. Eastern Turkey, that encompasses what, Croatia and all. That looks like that's 2000. Here's a 96. Here's a Turkey that's produced by some French in 1996. And then here's another 1995, Western Turkey, Ankara, Istanbul. Yeah. This is a Rick Steves, and he's really a popular travel guy, and his is 1995. So nothing current in the realm of film. So I would say we'd be hard-pressed to send someone in the direction of current Turkey. Absolutely no current Turkey.